My name is Emily, and I'm from the United States. I have one sister and one brother. My family lives in the countryside, and I want to tell you a story that happened before in our village. On a hot summer day, 12-year-old Jack was lying under a big tree in his yard. He was feeling very bored. There was nothing fun to do in his village, and Jack really wanted an adventure. "Jack," Grandma called from the backyard. "Can you help me find some old books in the shed? I want to give them to the library." "Okay, Grandma," Jack said, getting up slowly. He wasn't excited to go into the dusty shed, but he loved helping Grandma. Jack opened the door to the shed, and dust floated in the air. The shed was full of old boxes and furniture. Jack turned on a little flashlight to start looking for the books. As he was searching, Jack found something interesting: a rolled-up paper tied with a string. It looked old and a little dirty. "What is this?" Jack said, curious. He untied the string and opened the paper carefully. It was a map. The map had strange drawings and lines all over it. In the middle of the map, there was a place called the Lost Land. Jack felt excited because the map showed paths that led into the forest, where he and his friends played. But he had never heard of the Lost Land before. Jack's heart started beating fast. Maybe this map was showing a secret treasure or something cool to find. This was exactly the adventure he wanted. Just then, Jack's best friend, Sam, ran into the shed, looking all sweaty. "Jack, you have to see what I found," Sam said, holding something shiny in his hand. "Wait, Sam," Jack said, showing him the map. "Look at what I found. It's a map." Sam looked closely at the map. His eyes got big. "Is this a treasure map?" "I don't know, but we should check it out," Jack said excitedly. He pointed to the paths on the map. "These paths go to the forest where we always play." "But the forest can be a little scary," Sam said quietly. "And the Lost Land sounds spooky." "That's what makes it fun," Jack said with a big smile. "We won't know what's out there until we explore." Sam smiled a little but still looked nervous. He had gone on adventures with Jack before, but this one felt different. "Okay," Sam said, "but let's bring Emily with us. She's really smart and can help us figure out the map." "Great idea," Jack cheered. "We'll start our adventure tomorrow morning." As the sun went down, Jack was excited. This map wasn't just a piece of paper, it was a key to a brand new adventure. He couldn't wait to see what they would find. The next morning, as the sun came up, Jack, Sam, and Emily were ready with their backpacks. They stood at the edge of the big, dark forest. Emily looked at the old map in her hands. "These drawings are really strange," Emily said, staring at the map. "Maybe they were made by people a long time ago." "Does that mean there's treasure?" Sam whispered, feeling a little scared but excited. "Let's find out," Jack said bravely, leading the way into the forest. The kids knew the forest well, they played there all the time. But today, it felt different. There was something mysterious in the air, like the forest was hiding secrets. They walked deeper into the trees, following the map. "Look! Up ahead, the path splits," Emily pointed at the map. "We need to go left." They turned left, and the trees got thicker and taller. The sunlight barely peeked through. Jack and Sam started feeling a little nervous, but Emily stayed calm. Suddenly, Sam pointed. "Hey, look over there." They saw an old, broken building covered with vines. It looked like no one had been there for many, many years. "This wasn't in the village history books," Emily said, excited. "We've found something forgotten." They walked closer and saw strange pictures carved into the wall of the old building. The pictures looked just like the ones on the map. "This is a secret code," Emily said. "We need to figure it out." She took out her notebook and began to study the pictures. Jack and Sam looked around, feeling excited and a little scared. "I think I know what it means." Emily smiled. "It says we need to go to a cave nearby." Jack's eyes lit up. "Let's go." They followed the map again and soon found the cave. The entrance was hidden behind bushes. They almost missed it. They looked at each other, took a deep breath, and went inside. The cave was dark and cool. Water dripped from the ceiling. Jack turned on his flashlight so they could see. "It's like no one has ever been here before," Sam whispered. Suddenly, Jack's flashlight shined on a wall covered with strange writing and pictures. "This is an old language," Emily gasped. "It looks like the pictures are talking about treasure." "Treasure?" Sam said, his eyes wide with excitement. But then, they heard a loud noise. The cave began to shake. "Run! It's not safe!" Jack yelled. The kids ran as fast as they could. Just as they made it outside, a big rock crashed down, blocking the cave entrance. "Wow, we almost got stuck in there," Sam said, breathing hard. But Emily was calm. "We learned something important today. There's more to discover in that cave. It's hiding big secrets." Jack's eyes sparkled. "This is only the beginning. There are more mysteries in the Lost Land." As the sun set, the three friends stood at the edge of the forest. They knew their adventure wasn't over. They were ready to find even more exciting secrets. As the sun started to go down, Jack, Emily, and Sam stood outside the cave. They were still catching their breath after almost getting trapped inside. But Jack wasn't scared. He was even more excited. "We can't stop now," Jack said. "There are more clues in this forest. We need to find the Lost Land." Emily looked at the map and said, "We can follow this trail around the mountain, but it looks longer and maybe more dangerous." "Dangerous? We almost got stuck in that cave," Sam said, looking worried. "I know, but if we don't keep going, we won't find out what the map is hiding," Jack said, trying to cheer Sam up. So the three friends packed their bags and kept walking deeper into the forest. The trees got bigger, the air colder, and everything was so quiet. All they could hear was the crunch of the leaves under their feet. After a while, Emily pointed ahead. "Look, there's a little cabin." The cabin was old and looked like no one had lived there for years. Its windows were broken, and the door was slightly open. "Let's check it out," Jack said, feeling curious. They pushed the door open and peeked inside. It smelled dusty, and there were old tools on the walls. On a table, there was a strange wooden box. "This box looks new," Emily said. "Like someone just put it here. Maybe someone is watching us," Sam said, shaking a little. Jack felt a little uneasy, but he wanted to know more. "Let's open the box." Inside the box was an old diary and a rusty object. Jack opened the diary and started to read. This diary talks about a group of people who came here a long time ago. They were looking for something powerful, Jack said, confused. "What kind of power?" Emily asked, frowning. "I don't know yet," Jack replied. "But it says they were looking for it in the same cave we just found." Just then, they heard a loud crack outside, like someone stepping on a twig. The three friends froze. "We're not alone," Sam whispered. "Turn off the light," Emily said quietly. They turned off their flashlight and hid. Peeking through the window, they saw people wearing dark coats and masks, sneaking around the cabin. They were holding strange tools. "They're looking for something too," Emily whispered. "What do we do?" Sam asked, his voice shaking. "We have to sneak out before they see us," Jack whispered back. They quietly slipped out the back door and ran into the forest, staying low so no one could hear them. They didn't stop running until they were far, far away. Once they were safe, Sam collapsed on the ground. "We almost got caught," he said, breathing hard. "Those people want the same thing we're looking for," Emily said. "We have to be careful." "But we can't give up now," Jack said, his eyes full of determination. "We need to find out the truth before they do." Emily nodded, and even though Sam was scared, he knew they had to keep going. The three friends set off again, ready to face whatever came next in the forest. The adventure had only just begun. It was getting dark, and the forest was quiet as Jack, Emily, and Sam walked deeper into the trees. They were scared, but they knew they were close to the lost land. "We're almost there," Emily whispered, looking at the map. "But there's one last challenge." Jack felt excited but a little nervous too. "Whatever it is, we can do it," he said. "What about the masked people?" Sam asked, his voice shaking. "They might still be following us." "We have to keep moving and be careful," Emily replied calmly. She knew they couldn't stop now. Soon, they reached an old stone bridge. It went over a deep gap, and strange pictures were carved into the sides of the bridge. Emily pointed at the pictures. "These are on the map too. We need to cross the bridge to reach the lost land." Jack touched the pictures on the bridge, and suddenly, the bridge started to shake. He pulled his hand back and looked at Emily. "I think these pictures are a puzzle." Emily studied the pictures closely. "I know. These pictures show the 5 elements: fire, water, earth, wind, and light. We need to touch them in the right order." "Let's hurry," Sam said, scared. Jack and Emily touched the pictures in the right order. The bridge shook again, and then the pictures started to glow. They could now safely cross the bridge. "We did it," Jack shouted. The three friends ran across the bridge. When they got to the other side, they saw something amazing. It was the lost land. In front of them was a hidden place, surrounded by tall mountains. Far away, they could see an old, broken castle. The air was still and quiet, like no one had been there for a long time. "This is it, the lost land," Emily said softly. Jack looked at the castle. "This place is so mysterious. We have to explore it." But before they could move, they heard a noise behind them. The masked people were coming. They had followed the children all the way here. "They're here!" Sam cried, scared. "We need to hide. Let's run to the castle," Emily said quickly. They ran as fast as they could toward the castle. When they reached the big castle door, Jack noticed more strange pictures. "These pictures are like the ones on the bridge. We need to solve another puzzle to get inside." Emily quickly looked at the pictures and figured out the puzzle. "I've got it. Let's go inside." She pressed the last picture, and the big door slowly opened. They hurried inside, and the door shut behind them, keeping the masked people out. Inside the castle, it was dark and cold. Old flags hung on the walls, and everything looked old and forgotten. Jack took a deep breath. "We're safe now." Emily pointed to a big stone tablet in front of them. "Look at these pictures. I think they belong to an ancient civilization." Jack looked at the tablet. "We're finally starting to discover the secrets of this place." The three friends knew that there were still more mysteries to solve. But they were excited to keep exploring, no matter what challenges came next. They were ready to uncover the secrets of the lost land. Inside the old castle, it was cold and dark. Jack, Emily, and Sam walked slowly down a hallway, holding their flashlights. The walls around them seemed to whisper stories from long ago. As they walked, they started thinking about everything that had happened. "Do you think we can really find the secret here?" Sam asked, feeling worried. He thought about the scary moments and all the times they almost got caught. "I'm not sure," Emily said, looking ahead. "But we've come so far. Even if we don't find the secret, this journey has taught us a lot." Jack didn't say anything for a while. He was thinking deeply. At first, he had been excited about the adventure, but now he realized it was about more than just finding treasure. It was about how much they had all grown and changed along the way. I used to think an adventure was just about having fun and finding cool things, Jack finally said. But now I know that real adventures help you face your fears and make you stronger. Emily nodded. Every time we face a challenge, we learn something new. And we couldn't have done it without each other. As they walked, they saw some old pictures on the walls. The pictures showed people from a long time ago who had something powerful, but they ended up fighting each other and lost everything. This is like a warning, Sam said quietly. Maybe the secret power is dangerous. That's why we have to be careful, Emily said. We don't want the same thing to happen again. Jack thought about all the things they had been through, like the dark caves and the strange masked people. These adventures had taught him about courage and the importance of working together. We've all grown a lot, Jack said softly. Sam, you used to be really scared, but now you're brave. When danger came, you didn't run away. Sam smiled, surprised by Jack's words. I've learned that as long as we stick together, we can face anything. And Emily, Jack continued, you've always been so smart. You figured out all the clues that helped us get this far. Emily smiled. We all have special skills, and that's why we make a great team. The three friends stood in front of a big door with symbols on it. They knew this door might lead to the final secret, but they weren't in a hurry. They understood that their journey had already changed them. No matter what happens next, Jack said, we're stronger now. Not because of the treasure, but because we've learned to be brave, smart, and to trust each other. Emily and Sam nodded, feeling ready for whatever came next. Let's open the door together, Emily said, taking a deep breath. Jack grabbed the doorknob, and all three of them pushed the door open. It creaked loudly, and bright light shone through, lighting the path ahead. They knew that no matter what was behind the door, they were ready for it because they had grown so much together. They stepped into the light, side by side, feeling strong and calm. The adventure wasn't over yet, but they were ready for anything that came next.